Good day, children. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 11, time. In this chapter we are going to see how to arrange events in a time sequence and see a clock and tell time to the nearest hour and days of the week and months of a year in proper order. Okay, first we'll see how to arrange events in a time sequence. We know that the time sequence in every day is morning, afternoon, evening and night. It follows the routine. Okay, morning, then noon will come, then evening, then night, and again it will become day. So this is a cycle. So now there are a lot of things we do. Okay, and we do these things in the particular time. Okay, we don't sleep in the morning and go to school at night or take bath at night. Okay, there are certain things we do at certain time. So we are going to see a day with Minty. Okay, we are going to talk about Minty and her daily activities, and we are going to sequence it. That is, we are going to tell at what time the activities are happening. Okay, the first picture is she is getting up. When will that happen? At what time do we do this? In the morning. We wake up in the morning. Okay, now she's having a breakfast. Okay, so they have arranged it in the sequence and we'll just see one by one. Okay, breakfast. We have this in the morning. After having breakfast, what will you do? We go to school. Minty is going to school. Okay, after that, what do you do at school? We study. At school we study. Very good. Okay, after the school completes, we come back home. Yes, after completing the school, we come back home. She's going inside the school here. She's coming out of the school. Okay, then after coming home, what she does? She's having a snacks. Yes, snacks. After having snacks in the evening, what will you do? What will you do? We go to play. We go and play. After that, we do our homework and do some studies. Then we will have our dinner and go to sleep. Yes, see, these things are arranged. These things are arranged in order. Okay, first this happens, waking up happens in the morning. Then this is breakfast in the morning, going to school in the morning. This will happen in the morning and afternoon. Okay, in the middle you'll have lunch. Okay, here you go home from school at evening. Snacks you will have at evening. Then you will play in the evening. You will do your homework and study in the evening, and at night, after having your dinner, you go to sleep. Yes, this is the sequence, how we can arrange the our daily activities according to the time sequence. Okay, we do certain things at certain time only. We don't do everything whenever we need. Okay, I'll ask you a few questions. Okay, at what time of the day, is it morning, noon, evening or night? We'll do these activities. Okay, when will you do this? What is this? Brushing. Very good. When will you do your brushing? Morning. Super. Okay, next one. When will you sit and watch TV? Yes, evening. Yes, evening we'll go home and sit, relax, and we'll watch with our family. Okay, then what is this? Sleeping. Good, sleep. When will you do this? We will sleep at night. Do you sleep in the morning? No, we'll be brisk. Yes, and we'll be doing all other activities. Okay, the last one. What is this? The boy is having lunch. Okay, when do you have your lunch? Afternoon. Very good. So you're able to find out the time of the day when certain activities happen. Okay, we do certain things at certain time. Okay, next we'll see how to tell the time by looking at a clock. Okay, this is a clock. A clock tells us time. By looking at the clock, we'll be able to tell a time. Can you see a clock has 12 numbers, right? On its face. This is the face of the clock. And in that, can you see 12 numbers? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, it has 12 numbers. And it has 2 hands. Can you see the hands? Yes. There are 2 hands. This thinner one we'll learn later, okay? Just concentrate on the 2 hands, the short hand and the long hand. The short hand is the hour hand. The long hand is the minute hand. It's called the minute hand. It takes 1 hour to go from one number to the next. Okay? For a hour hand, from 1 to 2, it takes an hour. That means it'll take 1 hour to grow from one number to another. It takes 1 hour to go around the clock face once. See what is 60 minutes. I'll tell you what is the minutes, okay? What is the calculation for minutes? Okay, this is one circle, 12. If we circle again, it's one more 12, that is 24 hours. From 12 to 1 is 1 hour, 1 to 2 is 1 hour, 2 to 3 is 1 hour. So, from this number to this number, it is 1 hour. So, 2 rounds. 2 rounds will make 24 hours, that is 1 day. So, it will take two full turns, then only 1 day will get complete. Okay, from midnight we'll calculate. Okay, midnight 12, then it will move around. This is morning 6 o'clock. Okay, when the sun rises, right? That is morning 6 o'clock. Then we move 1 hour, then 1 hour. 8 o'clock, you remember what is the time? Time to go to school. Okay, then it's moving 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. This 12 now is noon, afternoon. You remember at school you'll be having your lunch. Yes? Okay, afternoon, then 1 hour you move and you leave your school, right? Then this is evening 6 o'clock. Previously what we saw, that is morning 6 o'clock. Now when the second turn comes, it is evening. It's evening 6 o'clock. Then again midnight. It comes in a circle that again goes round and round and round. So it takes 2 times. That is totally 24 hours, which is 1 day. 1 day it will circle 2 times. Okay. Now we'll see the calculation of minutes. Okay. This is one type of clock. We can also have this type of clocks. Okay. This is a bigger one where numbers are not given, only lines are drawn. Only elders will be able to see. Okay. See and tell the time. You have to practice more on this clock, and then only you have to move to this one. But here they have given you some other numbers, which is about minutes, and I'll tell you how to calculate the minutes. Okay. See, here only in the face of the clock, only the numbers 1 to 12 will be given, but this only indicates the hour. Okay. The shorthand pointing at a number will directly imply that is the hour. Okay. But the minute hand, wherever it is indicating, pointing out, you cannot just directly tell the number. Okay. You cannot tell 12, you cannot tell 9 minutes. There is a calculation for the minutes. Okay. That is skip counting by 5s. You have done that in the patterns, right? Skip counting by 2s, 5s and 10s. Here that is happening. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 numbers. Okay. Now actually, if you grow up, you will know that if you multiply this number with 5, you will get the minutes. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20. The minutes are calculated by the 5 tables. That is, if you multiply this number by 5, you will get the minutes. Which whatever number the minute hand is pointing out, that you have to multiply by 5 and you will get the answer. But we'll learn now by skip counting. Okay, that's really very easy to learn. So we'll learn by skip counting. So 5, 5, 5, 5. We'll skip count and write in the outer ring. So it's easy for us to remember the minutes. This is a inner ring which will only show the hour. Okay. So when the shorthand is pointing at this number, so then the hour is 3. The hour is 3. The hour is 3. The minute hand is pointing at 12. So the minute is 00. Exactly when it becomes 60, it is 00. So the time is 3 o'clock. The time is 3 o'clock. Okay. Now, can you see? Now the short hand is pointing at 1. The long hand is pointing at 12. What is the time? It is 1 dot. 2 dots you have to keep like this. Okay. You have to keep 2 dots like this and add 2 zeros at the back. That is, this shows the minute. This shows the hour. Okay. The first part will show you the hour. The second part will show you the minutes. Now in this grade 1 you will be only seeing the hour. Okay. Minutes will be learning in the grade 2. So just concentrate on the shorthand and the minute hand at 12. Minute hand will be always at 12 when it is showing the correct hour. When the shorthand is exactly pointing at 1, the minute hand will exactly point at 12. That is it is perfect 1 o'clock. Perfect 1 o'clock. If the minute hand moves a little bit, it will become 1:01. If it moves around, it will add the time. Okay, 1:01, 1:02, 1:03, 1:04, 1:05, 1:06. It will just move around. The number is 1 to 60. Okay. So if it is exactly at 12, it is correct time, 1 o'clock. If it's pointing at 2, it is 2 o'clock. The shorthand is pointing at 3, then it is 3 o'clock. So when you're reading an hour, the shorthand will point exactly, correctly at the number, and the minute hand will correctly point at 12. Okay, that is a perfect hour. 3 o'clock, see, it's pointing at 5 and the minute hand is pointing at 12. What time is it? 5. That is 5 o'clock. The hour first you have to write, and you have to keep 2 dots and add 2 zeros. Okay. We can also write like this. 5, write it bigger. O, write it smaller. Then write clock. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Both ways you can write. Okay. Both are the same. So you only have to see the number the shorthand is pointing, and the long hand will be pointing at 12 only if it is showing the correct hour. That is, it should be, the shorthand should be pointing correctly at 5. If it moves, then this will move towards the minutes. Okay, it will move in this direction. So if it is correctly pointing at 5, the minute hand will be at 12. That is the correct hour, 5 o'clock. Okay. So we'll see few exercise on this topic. Okay. Okay, exercise 1, write the time. By looking at the clock, write the time. I've already told you, you have to see the shorthand and the long hand. The shorthand will point at the hour. Okay. So this is the hour. 3. Whatever number it's pointing out, that is the hour. 3. Keep 2 dots. And 12. The minute hand is pointing at 12, that is 0, 0. Okay, when it is pointing at 12, you have to write the minute as 0 and 0. Okay. Now, where the shorthand is pointing here? It's pointing at 8. Okay. 8. But I am going to write it other way around. I have used here 3.00, but here I am going to write 8 o'clock. This is also one way of writing it. Okay, 8 o'clock. Only you have to remember the shorthand, what number it is pointing out, that is your hour. The long hand will point at 12, that is 00, or o'clock. Should remember the spelling of o'clock. Okay, this is the correct time. Okay. Okay, now second one is draw the hour hand to show the time. Okay, draw the hour hand to show the time. Okay, only the hour hand. The minute hand is already drawn. The minute hand is already drawn. Okay, only the hour hand you have to draw. This is the minute hand. You have to draw the hour hand. Short hand is the hour hand. The long hand is the minute hand. Okay, so the hour hand will point at the number. What is the time? 2 o'clock. So the hour hand will point at 2. The hour hand should point at 2. So we have to draw the short hand, that is the hour hand, like this. Make it short, okay? Don't draw it long. There should be some difference between the short hand and the long hand. It should be shorter. You cannot draw 2 lines near to the number. Both hands should show some difference. Okay, now here the second sum, 11 o'clock. See, both are same. Okay, o'clock or 00, or both are same. Okay, now the long hand, minute hand is pointing at 12. Now we want to draw the hour hand, that is the short hand. The hour hand should point at 11. Okay, because this is the hour, the number which comes here will be the minutes. This is hour, this is minutes. So the hour hand should point at 11. Should point at 11. So I'll draw short hand. Pointing 11. Pointing 11. Okay, the third sum is draw the hands of the clock to show the time. We are going to draw the hour hand and the minute hand. Okay? We are going to draw both the hands, okay? Hour hand and minute hand. So 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. So 5 points at the short hand. What the short hand should point at. And o'clock means the minute is pointing at 12. Okay? Minute hand is pointing at 12. Okay, 5. So the short hand should point at 5. The minute hand should point at 12. Minute hand will be longer, the short hand will be shorter. Okay, please show the difference in the short hand and the long hand, that is hour hand and the minute hand. Now 9 o'clock. This is hour. The number which comes second is the minute. So the short hand will point at 9. Should point at 9. This is the hour hand. Okay. The number 9 is hour. First hour will come, then only minutes will come. So if they ask you to draw hands, you just see the number. First number, you use the short hand and draw the point at the hour. This is minutes. 00 means the minute hand will point at 12. Okay. So I draw the minute hand, which is the long hand. Yes, the short hand is the hour hand, the long hand is the minute hand. So 9 o'clock, exactly our clock is also showing that time. So this is how you show, first see the clock and tell the time. We are doing this exercise, so it becomes very easy for you to identify the hour hand and the minute hand. Okay, what time? By looking at the hour hand, you will be able to tell the hour. By looking at the minute, you will be able to tell the minute. Okay. Thank you, children.